set it up. Consider this. Of course, I'm not gonna play that whole song because copyright. God, that would suck. But you know what? It kind of sucks that I can't play the whole song. Consider this. Consider this. Century. Consider this. And I'm gonna get ready. And I'm gonna go live. Gosh, I wish I could play the music though. I can't though. I can't. Okay. That is REM, Losing My Religion. That's what that song was. And you guys want to listen to that song. It's a good song. Gosh, where do I put all these big books? Be right back. So many books. I have nowhere to put these. They're huge. They're huge, man. That's the problem. And I don't want them to get wrecked because I intend on selling some of these, you know? Some of these books are valuable. And that's, yeah, they're very valuable art books. Yeah, I don't want to put them on the freaking floor either. I wish I had somewhere to put them, but I don't. So, make the best of this. Gotta make the best. Consider this. Consider this. Come on. Oh, sorry, guys. Should have figured out a place for that first, but whatever. How's it going? So, I'm gonna be taking Shando to the vet, not because he needs to go in there and get any work done, but because the last time I went there, they forgot to give me some of his antibiotics, even though I already paid for them. So, which is a little disconcerting. It means that, yeah, I mean, I thought that there's a structure to this medication I'm giving him. I mean, I got 10 days worth. With the ear medication, I have one big bottle that I apply to his ears. Excuse me. And then some Mometamax, I think that's what it's called, that I apply to his ears 30 minutes afterwards, which, yeah, that's kind of due now. I have to kind of do that soon. I'll do it right before we go. Just had my coffee, so, and it's kind of hot in here. I'm gonna open the window. And drink my water. Just gotta remember to stay hydrated here. All right, yep, we started with our makeup routine, don't we? Why not? I don't know, I find, just chatting and everything, it helps me to relax in front of the camera. I think it's an excellent idea. You know, it might be a little bit boring for the boys, unless I have a lot of interesting things to say that they're interested in. Or unless they're guys who, unless we're talking about the dudes who love to wear makeup, and that's cool. I think some guys look really good in makeup. I once saw Adrien Brody, it looked like he was wearing mascara in one of the movies he was in, and I thought it looked really pretty on him. But then again, I've always had a huge crush on him. You know what, today I think I'm gonna go for the orange palette, because I love it, and I think it'll look good with my shirt. But, this will always be my favorite one. It's huge, and just look at that. It's my 90s themed palette, which, for me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, that is the best era of makeup. By far. Change my mind. You can try changing my mind. Same brand, I have some eyelashes, but those are going to be saved for a special occasion, if you know what I mean. I've never worn lashes before, actually. I've never worn false lashes, so I'm very, very hesitant, you know, to just put those on willy-nilly. You know, I'm worried I'm just gonna screw up, so I need to watch some tutorials first of all. Watch some tutorials. Hey Gabriel, how's it going? Hey Unhealthy Maps. Yes, I was. I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. What was your favorite Nicktoon growing up? Nicktoon or Disney Toon, doesn't matter. As for Disney, I always liked The Lion King. Cool. Hi, Gabe. This is like some vegan kombucha tea essence. It's, they say it's like fermented. It's supposed to be really good for your skin. Best thing you can do for your skin, doesn't cost a dime. Two things. 3 things, I should say. I mean, soap costs something, but let me just say, drink water, sleep, and yeah, drinking water and sleeping. Number 2. Two most important things for your skin. And keeping your face clean, if at all. Especially when you sleep with a dog like I do. I sleep in a twin-sized bed with a dog that weighs 105 pounds, so there you go, there you have it. I don't speak Spanish. Hey Leon Rad, how's it going? I wish I could speak Spanish. Foolishly, but also I really enjoyed it. I don't know about foolishly, but I took Chinese for 3 years. And surprisingly, I remember a lot of like the pronunciation and speaking quite a bit since I studied that a decade ago when I was going to community college. It was Portland Community College. It was pretty much the last few classes, the last major I was pursuing there. I planned on teaching English in China, but that never happened. I had too many people discouraging me, telling me that it wasn't like safe to go there at this point in time, which I don't know about that. I've always wanted to see the Lee River. I've always wanted to see the karst topography formations, because actually the first major I ever pursued in college was geology, I think. Was it? Damn. Yeah, it was. My brother has a geology major. Some of the funnest, most interesting classes I ever geology. I just love the detective aspect of it, just analyzing rocks and determining what they are by using all these tools to determine hardness and cleavage. Anyhow. Duolingo, huh? Okay, is that like a free app? Is that a free app? I've heard of it. Nice. I'll check that out. 谢谢。谢谢你。我觉得你是一个很好的人。我喜欢你。That means I like you. And 我爱你 means I love you. Oh, this eyeshadow base is so nice. So nice. I love it. Oh, sure. Yeah, I was thinking about, I would think that they'd be asking for some money at least. Most of these apps do. They're like, okay, yeah, you can have certain like basic features. You know, if I have a job, of course I'm gonna try to go for the better features, but I don't have a job, so I'll definitely just accept the free stuff. I really appreciate you guys coming to my channel, and man, my subscriber count has grown exponentially over the course of the past 3 days. I've only been doing this for about 3 days, and I've gone from 422 subscribers up to almost 500. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have 495, and I have you guys to thank for that. And it's just gonna keep growing. I should have done this live a long time ago. It's, you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to you guys. I feel so engaged. I feel like I can learn a lot and help people more in terms of, you know, with addiction and all that. Hey, Omer, what's scary? Oh, thank you, D-Stream. Thank you. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. BWC? Honestly, I don't know what that is. I've been I was addicted to heroin for 6 years. I've been clean as of February 28th, 2023. Right now, I'm really trying to overcome. I kind of buckled the other night and I smoked the tar that was left over in my pipe, which, yeah, that got me high. Believe it or not, that stuff's more potent than one would think. They don't tend to go for that when they're desperate. But yeah, that desperation is something that I want to get rid of. I don't like that feeling of being so desperate for it when I don't have it. It makes me feel weak. So yeah, I'm trying to quit weed, or at least I'm trying to take a good break for it so I don't feel dependent on it. I want to be able to just enjoy wholesome things. I want to be able to slow my mind down without having to use that. Like it's like a suppressor. You know, I want to be able to dream. I want to be more motivated. And you know, as for, you know, I used to be a pack-a-day smoker. Now I'm kind of addicted to the vape, which hopefully gradually I can overcome that too. Hopefully I can get to a point where I don't have any oral fixations like that. Video games really help me though, I must say. I mean, I can see how they're not, I've seen actually how they're not good for everyone. If they take over your life, if it's ends up being that you just do that all day and nothing else. Now there have been many times, well, not many, but like recently, I've picked up games since not playing games for like a decade or so. You know, maybe like a few apps or something. Not the games I was always nostalgic for, like PlayStation games and Nintendo and stuff like Final Fantasy, good RPGs. I always wanted to try Skyrim. My ex-boyfriend used to always play that game, and I always wanted to play it. Yeah. I thought he was addicted to games to an unhealthy degree because it actually kind of made him crabby. Actually improves my mood, and actually, you know, if I feel that it's not doing my health any good, I can stop what I'm doing. That's the thing. I'm not like addicted. I'm just enjoying it for the first time in a long time. It's like one of the things I enjoyed the most during my childhood. I'm almost 35. I'm gonna be 35 in 2 months, my friend. Hey, Axel Pierce, of course I remember you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Gasanali. Thank you so much. Hey, Smoked Cowboy. Hi, everyone. yeah, you know, I think it's a good age. I think if 30 is a good age. It's definitely, I mean, I still have anxiety naturally, but excuse me, it's not as bad as it was when I was in my 20s by far. At least I have an idea as to what my limitations are and what I ought to be pursuing in life to improve it. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. How are you doing? I mean, I say it's not for kids. I'm not actually certain if I should exclude kids from this because I mean it's a recovery channel. It's an addiction channel. We talk about that's the thing. We talk about drugs. People talk about drugs. People talk. I'm talking about my heroin addiction back in the day, and I have a number of war stories where I nearly croaked. You know, I've been taken advantage of. I've been SA'd once that I remember. You know, I've been blackout drunk a number of times. The only reason I know about one of these instances is because I woke up to find the proof of it. But yeah, I just don't know if kids should be able to watch this. I mean, on one hand, there are a lot of teenagers dealing with addiction, and I'd love to be able to help them out too, you know? A lot of people start doing these things or want to start doing them when they're teenagers, and it'd be great if I could persuade them not to, if at all possible. But at the same time, you know, I don't want to destroy anyone's innocence. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Sam. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take my doggy here to the vet to pick up his antibiotics after I'm done with this. But as soon as I get home, I'll get right back with you guys, okay? You know it. In fact, who was it? Who was it? Their name started with a J. It was either Jake or... He had an excellent, brilliant suggestion. And that was that while I'm playing Skyrim, I have a mirror, a big round mirror set up in such a way so that the camera is pointed more towards me, but then the mirror is angled in such a way so that you see the game too much better, and it kind of looks like an orb floating in midair, just like playing the game in a magical crystal ball. I don't know. I'm actually really intrigued to try that. The only issue is that I don't think I have a mirror for that. I don't know. I don't know, like this makeup mirror here. I don't know how the heck I'd set that thing up. Story of my life, though. You know? I mean, I actually have almost $40 in quarters. Let me show you. All my quarters. Might be able to buy a big round mirror of that. Big old bag of quarters. All right, time for this orange. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Those always make me happy. And I love this stuff. Feels really good on the lips. It smells like chocolate Andy. Mmm. I need to get, well, right now I'm just not making a consistent income, so I can't really save. If I did have a consistent income, I'd be saving up to get myself an apartment and, you know, blow this popsicle stand. But But yeah, right now I think I need to get myself a good mirror, a good round, big round mirror, so that I can experiment with, because I like to play Skyrim while I'm live streaming. And usually I have it set up like this, you know? It's like, okay, so you see my computer there? Yeah, you see it like that, and then you see me like this from you know, this side. I want to have it set up so that the camera's pointing in front of me, but then I have a mirror angled so that you can also see the game that I'm playing. If that makes sense. Someone mentioned that idea to me, and I thought it was brilliant. Gosh, man, every time I drink coffee, I feel like I need a lot of water. And I feel like I need to consume more potassium too, honestly. That's why I put a bunch of bananas and prunes in my oatmeal this morning. And I had a couple of eggs and then a big dollop of cottage cheese, because calcium's important too for a girl my age. Oh. Come on, let's find it. Let's see here. Trying to find my brush. What the heck? Every waking hour, I'm losing my religion, trying hard to keep eye on you. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I don't know where that other one went. My other, the one I use for the crease here, my makeup brush. But I have that little one. That'll work. That'll work just as well. Yeah, it's here somewhere. It's here somewhere. I'm not gonna bother to really look, but yeah, I'll just clear this up later. So there we, isn't that pretty though? Whoa, isn't that pretty? It's my favorite makeup brand, Viv. Hey man, I don't know if this is allowed, honestly, but I'm like giving people free advertisements. Oops, my bad. Honestly, if I were a company, I'd just be appreciating the hell out of that. This is the pinkish sort of orange color that I have here. I use that one for the crease and kind of like, yeah, I mean, it comes together. You know, I see, when I see other people put on makeup, it almost always looks way more seamless than the way I do it. Again, I haven't really been fancy with my makeup for that long. I used to only do a little bit of brown eyeliner. Now I have more fun with my makeup. But yeah, I do it. I approach my application a lot like I do with my painting. Gosh, man. I just got to be able to determine whether I'm just making it redder or whether that's actual makeup being smeared there. Yeah. You know, just keep going in at it, improving as I go along, making it, just blending. Okay, well, shit, son. Also, my fingers, just like with my painting, my fingers get all painted with makeup. I remember in my charcoal drawing classes and my painting classes and all my art classes, I was just so immersed in my work and my painting, and I have a whole classroom. Everyone's like in a circle working on, for instance, like a new life drawing class. I'm looking around at the room. Everyone just has pristine faces. Everyone's so clean. Sheesh, am I getting like sweaty armpits? Kind of getting nervous already. But that's embarrassing. Yeah, everyone's got a pristine, clean face. Meanwhile, there's like charcoal all over my face as soon as I look in the mirror or somebody. Usually people don't even tell me. But yeah, I've had a few people chuckle because they thought it was funny that I got paint and shit all over my face, and I don't even seem to care about it. Dude, like some people care way too much about how they look when they're painting and stuff, and like in painting class, I had this one, there's this one chick who was like wearing stilettos, and she was standing in stilettos throughout a 3-hour painting class. And whenever she was not standing, she was sitting on a stool with the utmost posture. And granted, she was actually technically really good at her work. But I was like, actually, kind of impressed by how she was able to do that. I'm recovering from drug addiction, from heroin addiction. I was a heroin addict for 6 years. And I'm not proud of it. But what I am proud of is the fact that I'm clean, and I've been clean as of February 28th, 2023. And, you know, it's like, I know it's not that long. There are so many people here, even, who've been clean for so much longer than I have. And of course, I know that there's gonna be a time when the cravings come back really bad, and when I stop smoking weed, I know I'm gonna have some drug dreams. Thank you, LRC. I appreciate that. It definitely, even a year feels like a long, long time. Even 1 year. But, you know, there certainly is a difference between just a year and now it almost being 3 years. There's a huge difference. The longer I go without it, the better. There's this shade right there. It's so gorgeous. So pigmented. So beautiful. Now we're gonna blend that real well, just so you know. It's not gonna look so, I don't know, weird. Looks weird right now. Choppy. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Just not blended too seamlessly yet. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. I can't find my other makeup brush. I wonder where that went. It's gotta be here somewhere. Sure hope I didn't drop it on the floor. Said to be. This one works too, so. Ooh, maybe I should just use this mirror here. That'll be right. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm still like trying to overcome the nervousness. As soon as I start a live stream, I get anxious. And with anxiety, often with me, I get shaky. Oh, well, thank you, Lou, and I hope that's a compliment. Some people tell me it's looks a little manly, and some people think it looks good. So, but I'll take it as a compliment, okay? That's I usually do that. I try to assume the best unless it's absolutely obvious that someone's trolling. But thank you. Shamura. Shanshamula fools. What? I don't think my, speaking of which, I don't think my channel's monetized right now. I don't have all the required prerequisites yet. I don't think I do. Actually, I don't need to see. Just gotta blend it a lot better there. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying hard to keep up with you, and I don't know how. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. Thought that I heard you sing. Blah, 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 blah. Every whisper, every waking hour, I'm losing my confession. Using my confession. Trying hard to keep up with you. Yeah. Okay, doing just like I do with my painting. I sometimes I rub a little off and apply a little on. Just dab swab. Dab swab. That's the way I do it. Dab swab. I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. There we go. Gosh, I love this makeup so much. Now I'm starting to see the little... Actually, no, that wasn't what I thought it was. That was just a flick of glitter. Thought it was like the metallic bottom of the pan here. It's like, I'm almost done already. Hey, Jasmine, how's it going? I just need a job, guys. I just need a consistent income. So, the more people like, comment, subscribe to my channel, the better, and I really appreciate it. I remember when I had only 103 subscribers or so, and man, my heart was so full of gratitude. Even back then, I was like, that felt so big to me back then. And that was only a year ago. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe how this live is actually helping me that much. So if I keep doing and being consistent, it's all up to me and how determined I am and how persistent I am. Gosh, I wish I had like some Q-tips or something. That would really help. If there's one thing I do not like, I do not like asking for money, especially, I don't like asking relatives or parents or people for money. I really, I don't like to do that. Don't like having to do that at all. I like to be self-sufficient and independent. I like to have something to lean back on, and I really miss that cafe because that place, I worked there for 10 years, but my boss really loved me, and that was one of the, you know, jobs where just all my quirks were understood and even appreciated, and you know, if I ever left that job, I was always welcome back. You know, if I ever wanted to go out and explore other venues, I was always welcome back there. I miss that because it felt like it actually legitimately felt like a family. I miss the regulars. Miss chatting with my friend over music and philosophy and all that good stuff. Oh, now for the golden glitter. This is what brings it all together. And like a good rug. It sure does, Carolo. Dion. Should I just call you Dion? Well, I never overpromise. I don't be a dog on Thomas. I never make you wait. I don't exaggerate. Your wishes are produced. Yeah, see, I'm getting it on my nose now. Just gotta turn them loose. Come on, baby. Loose. I gave you myself back guaranteed. I aim to please. I aim to please. Most boys will leave you stranded. Give less than I demanded. What if I want the moon? What if I want a stone? Sorry. Sorry, you don't need to hear that. You don't need to hear that. Say you want it lunar. Say you want it sooner. Just watch what I can do. I'll bring it on down to you. And I'll even make it shine. Baby, I'm genuine. So genuine. I want to be your ocean breeze, babe. I aim to please, please, please. I aim to please. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that looks a little better. I think, yeah, it might be a little kind of there. Maybe just a little more blending. Just a little more blending there. Just gotta make sure my brushes are, oopsie, clean. I aim to please, please, please. I aim to please. You know, I need to read my Bible more, guys. I do. I need to kneel by my bed and pray a lot more. I do. 'Cause I wish I didn't have all this, I wish I didn't have a propensity to get distracted so much. It really is my undoing in many ways. My downfall, so to speak. But I won't let it take me down. Yeah, I need to do that. So that's that. We're gonna now, gosh, I got glitter on my hands now. So So, let's see. What kind of, oh, I know a gorgeous eyeliner for this one. I have this copper, colored eyeliner. Let's see. Find it. We'll find it. Yeah, that's green. There we go. Doesn't even really need to be sharpened, but I'll do that anyway. Just a little bit. Might even. Yeah. Absolutely. I'll do that. And I should get back into meditating too. Just walking in nature more. I should paint. You know what? The environment where one happens to reside really makes a huge difference in their anxiety too. I would love to live somewhere other than Oregon for once. And it rains a lot. There are a lot of things to appreciate about Oregon. We have great like geology and landscape and all that. We have great natural features in our state, but the government sucks ass, and the homeless crisis is sickening. Sickening how homeless people are treated. Like they're not even human. You just see them being passed by every day. Treated like, they're all there for the same reason. I guess people become desensitized, right? It's kind of like how during the Victorian era in England or in a lot of places, people were just dropping like flies, and seeing that on the street was so common that you'd read accounts of people just getting used to that, and it's so we don't want that. We don't want that to occur in our humanity. There needs to be some system in place to care for these people who oftentimes are mentally ill and cannot take care of themselves in many cases, or addicted to drugs like I was, and they need help. But the sad thing about that is most of the time these people will just go back to that because they have to want it for themselves. And some people, unfortunately, they'd rather be on the streets and using than stopping that stuff and improving their lives. It's very sad, and I feel like something's got to be done about it. Okay, let's see. Let's use this one. Yeah. And that's good. That's good advice for me too, because with my propensity to lose focus and get distracted by multiple things at once, yeah, it's good for me to write these things down and create a checklist of things to, you know, proceed with first and accordingly. Can't believe some of these guys think I look like a dude. I mean, what do you expect me to look like? I don't look like a dude. I mean, do you know who also has a strong jawline? Demi Moore. You think she looks like a dude? I don't think so, but I can imagine some jerks are gonna say she does. Simply because she's not like soft featured, like Scarlett Johansson-esque, Marilyn Monroe. I don't know. What do you get? I'm not like, what do you think I am, the Crimson Chin? Here comes the Crimson Chin. You remember the Crimson Chin from the Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah. Yeah, I have had a little water today. Actually, I have to refill my water tank here. Trying to be careful without. Okay. Could just be the angle that where I'm like, if I look up like that, yeah, it kind of does make my chin look a little larger. I remember when I was a little kid being worried that I didn't like my chin. I didn't like the dimple, especially since it's like mid-chin, like a boom, smack dab. Would these help? All right. Yeah, I don't think I look masculine at all. Oh, thank you. That's right. Well, you're right about that. That's why I have a dimple. That's why I have a dimple. That's the reason. Because my chin didn't like fuse all the way. Exactly. But do you ever notice that people with dimples often tend to be very attractive in Hollywood, like Jessica Simpson? And I mean, mine is very apparent. I honestly don't know many people with dimples that look precisely like mine. And I know that because whenever I do see it, it takes me by surprise, you know? I seldom see people with a dimple that's like smack dab in the middle of their frickin' chin. Every now and then I see a little cleft, that's pretty common. But just the dimple, right in the mid-chin dimple, no, I don't see that very often. I actually wish I had more of a, actually, I wouldn't want like a Sandra Bullock chin, you know? That's a little too, but yeah, maybe more of a Jessica Simpson chin. I would rather have that than what I have. I know, Jimmy. I know. Everyone's talking about it though, so I'm responding. I don't want to talk about my goddamn chin. Jeez. I mean, I want to talk about it if you guys want to talk about it, but I'm just like I'm kind of laid back, you know? I don't care either way. You guys can talk about whatever you want to talk about. So far, people want to remark on my strong jawline and my freaking chin. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose now. Now that's dirty. God damn it. Well, thank you, Gasolani. Thank you. I mean, I said it wrong, didn't I? Gasolani. Okay. I guess I could. I've heard of people getting surgery from the chin, but I'm not gonna do that. There are better things I could be spending my money on. I don't have money, and for one thing, and even if I did, you know, it gives me some personality. So you know, I back when I was a teenager, definitely, I would have now. I would have wanted to get rid of it now. Like shit, when we were kids, one of my siblings used to make fun of it, and I felt so insecure. But it's just typical, you know, big brother teasing little sister. I understand that, you know, now. Where's my brush? Huh. Gotta find my brush now. That's very odd. Oh, there it is. Sheesh. I must have been really distracted last night. That guy I always am. I don't smoke crack. Why do you say that? Never. Never. You're saying that because I'm skinny, or because I'm a little bit like a sweat under my armpits from the nervousness? I had a big cup of coffee. I get nervous. I know I'll get used to this, but I do get nervous, guys. It's like a much more milder form of stage fright, if you know what I mean. Not like I think, oh, I got such a big audience. I mean, of course not. But I appreciate my audience, and I wanna make a good impression while being honest about myself and everything that I've dealt with, and really the initial purpose of this channel was to share stories of addiction recovery and persevering, and I want to help people who've been struggling the same way that I have. You know, also I like to share my art. I like to talk, just chat with people, and get my channel out there, so to speak. I'm almost 35. Gonna be 35 in February of the 26th. No, I get anxious. It doesn't mean I'm on crack. Anxiety is the reason why I started doing those drugs in the first place. But now I can handle it a lot better. I can handle it. I'm more emotionally in tune. If that makes sense. Need to plug these just a tad bit. Yeah, this stuff feels like it's empty. I don't feel like I'm getting much out of here. And that summer feeling is gonna haunt you one day in your life. That summer feeling, when the pool of the pond makes you drop down on it, and the smell of the lawn makes you drop down on it. That summer feeling is gonna haunt you one day in your life. You guys, have you ever heard Jonathan Richman's music? It's so beautiful, and it'll give you a sense of nostalgia if you have a heart for it. Yeah, you know, I did coke a couple times. Seriously, guys, the coke, I've done it a couple times. It legitimately practically turned me into Robin Williams. I just would not stop. I was talking super fast and just constantly cracking jokes. And, well, granted, I was having a threesome. And, I just would not stop cracking jokes the entire time we were doing that shit. Okay? And and the guy, and while the other girl was just like, and stop talking. The guy was just like, keep going. This is amusing. Like, what the hell? Granted, I had never met the guy, but you know, it was my friend and a dude. That's kind of embarrassing to share with you guys, but I'm not actually proud of that. That's not something that I'd usually do. It's only happened once. So, of course, it's never gonna happen again. Crazy times. Crazy times. Crazy the things drugs will make a person do. I'm not gonna blame the drugs for that, but certainly, you know, made me feel emboldened. I like to have feel like I have a certain level of control over my decisions. Drugs are not, but drugs certainly do affect decision making. They certainly do. Most of the time in not so nice ways. Not even most of the time, and just about every single time. Yeah, I agree. Okay. You guys agree with that? Yeah, they're probably the primary reason. That and the fact that I was just very lonely at that time, too. Yeah. That's why, yeah, I keep that in mind. The longer I stay clean, the more my anxiety is going to subside. Granted, I've always been an anxious person. That's why I started using it in the first place, but, you know, just, you know what I mean? Just like anxiety when it comes to certain other aspects of anxiety. The more, I don't know, paranoid and just the cravings. Those will get better over time, definitely. And some people don't realize that because even a year into cleanness or sobriety from whatever one's using, it can be difficult. You gotta have some foresight or hope, and remember that things do get better. Hold on to that. Like, there are beautiful things in life that aren't. You don't want to throw that away for a drug like heroin, something that's gonna ruin everything. It's gonna isolate you. It's gonna hurt other people who care about you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I mean, thank you for liking my Freddie Mercury impersonation. That was fun. That was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. I don't know if I even need this right now, but maybe. Mm-hmm. Yep, I mean, that's true. You have to want recovery for yourself. You have to want even just anything in your life that's like depends on your health. You have to want it. You know how like people who are super, super, super rich, oftentimes the number one thing they've wanted throughout their entire life is to have a big business and to make a lot of money, and they've succeeded in many cases. You know, I wish I were somewhat ambitious like that, but I also realize that with some of these people, it can ruin the soul. It can make a person lose a certain amount of empathy, I think. Too much money. It can. Doesn't have to. It doesn't always do that. I've never bought a lottery ticket. I've thought about just doing that for shits and giggles. Not like, you know, I don't think I'll ever be like addicted to that. I'm just kind of curious to see if my first time will be like, whoa! But I like 100%, almost 100% doubt it. Doubt anything good's ever going to come out of that. I mean, in most cases, I think it's just a scam, is what it is. When I was a kid, you know, my dad would buy lottery tickets, and I don't know, I don't think he does that anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon. That's like a zit. Should I pop it? Should I pop it? Should I pop it? Should I? No, I won't do that. I won't gross you guys out. Some people like that, but that's not what this channel's about. There are whole channels dedicated to that subject matter. Okay. Let's see. No. Jesus. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I sure do wish I had a better setup here. But gotta work, bitch. Gotta work it. I love this blush. Look at that color there. Kind of like a purplish pink. Kind of like a plum pink. Beautiful pigment there. Well, there's no way in hell that one can moderate a drug like heroin unless there's some type of special, you know, unless they're super special, but it will usually lead to, if a person can't overcome that, which most of the time they don't, unfortunately, it'll lead to institutions, prisons, or, need I say more? Death. So no, I don't agree with that. Not, you know, some drugs need to be obliterated from existence because they ruin lives. That's all they do. Marijuana, I think is okay in a lot of cases. I mean, it's safe in terms of, you know, mortality. There's no, like, I've never heard of someone dying from it. I'll just say that. It might not be the best for a person's quality of life, but it definitely doesn't cause the type of tragedy that heroin does. And alcohol for that reason. Alcohol is super dangerous for being a social drug. For being socially acceptable, I should say. That might have enough there. I think I got that blended in there. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. And sweaty palms. The palms are sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks cold and ready to drop palms. Yet he keeps on forgetting, and the whole crowd goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now. Everybody's choking now. Time's up. Over. Blow. Okay. I'm looking for my... Oh, there it is. I didn't even have to go in there. Go all in there. Hey. Looking good. Let's see. Some of that. It's like something there in my eye there. The way we were. And that summer feeling is gonna haunt you one day in your love. Why do we do this when we put on our makeup? It's like, it's not even really necessary. Hi, Mila. Hi, everyone. Hope I can keep up. Okay. Oh, Shando. Shando. Oh, just trying to see if you guys look at him. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Yeah, you okay? Aww. He thinks I'm being silly when I'm using my phone like this. He's a goofy dog too. You're a goofball too, Shando. You're awful goofy. Actually, I have a bracelet with his face inscribed in it and his name. I don't know if you guys can see very well, but I sent them a photo, and this is what they sent me. It's so hard to see, isn't it? I guess that's blurry here. Jeez, it is so hard to get a good angle where you can actually see that very well when I'm showing you here on the camera. It's supposed to be Shando's face. Maybe if I show you like... Ay. Huh. Thank you. I take him for a walk every day. What are you talking about? You mean I can't have a bracelet with my dog's face on it and take him for a walk at the same time? Actually, he is going for a walk because I gotta take him to the vet as soon as I'm done with this. So there. And it's very close, so I'm gonna walk there. It's gonna be a day, Shando. He's a big dog. He's a big dozing dog, but actually, once I get up here, he's gonna get up with me. He's got energy. Yeah, he's got to go to the vet because he needs some antibiotics that the vet forgot to provide for me, even though I already paid for it. You know, that's the good news, is that I don't have to pay for anything today. I just have to go there and pick it up. That's kind of unfortunate that I couldn't do everything, you know, the way, you know, in a systematic way, the way they really wanted me to at first. It's like, I thought I had to do these medications all in a certain order. I know I have to with this ear medication. I have to apply the big bottle first, and then 30 minutes later, the little one, the Mometamax. There's always one little hair that wants to get in there and tug. There we go. Damn it. Yeah, it just wants to pull now. Yeah, Shando and I were a team. You know, he's my best friend and I'm his best friend. No one can take that away. He's not a big fan of the ear medication, but it's got to be done. Poor thing had bacteria and yeast in his ears. Honestly, I wish so much that I knew exactly what the source of that was. Like if he's allergic to, for instance, cat hair, I would like to know. I doubt that it's that. But I'm just thinking of all the things that it could or couldn't be. Happy New Year to you too. Sheesh. Sorry guys, I always have a hard time with the hair here. It's like it's an awkward, uneven strands in my hair, and they like to pull. Just trying to make it as like, jeez, and then all these hairs want to be included. I want to be included. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's like that thing needs to stop pulling. There we go. Gosh darn it. Okay, 1 second. There we go. Make sure it's not pulling awkwardly. Thank you. Man, my hair was so short a year ago. 1 year ago, I had a buzz cut, believe it or not. You can go to my videos, to my previous videos, and see how short it was. I was like V for Vendetta. Other people, they're just, you know, some people are downstairs. A lot of people are just, you know, chilling in their rooms, probably with their headphones in, doing their own thing. Everyone probably thinks I'm a weirdo because of what I'm doing. Kidding. Kidding. Thank you. I love that stuff. I have a lot of pretty lipsticks, but that stuff feels so nice. And I think that the lip gloss looks good with the orange eyeshadow. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't had long hair since I was like 17 years old, so I definitely want to. You know, hair is such a big part of at least, I don't know about men, but a woman's life. And, you know, in turn, I feel like it makes me feel refreshed. It makes me feel like I'm starting new in a certain sense. I knew someone who was a good friend, rest in peace, but she didn't die because of drugs or anything. She was the co-manager where I worked, and we had a very sweet, you know, kind of sentimental relationship. Her husband cheated on her with one of his students at their home while my friend was breaking bread for them. And she and her husband happened to be like taekwondo, or, you know, just really black belt. And he invited her to punch him in the face when she caught him, like, you can go ahead and punch me. I'm sorry. Go ahead and punch me. You have your shot. And she wham broke his frickin' jaw. And I'm talking like 5 foot. She's like 5 feet. Little pistol. But I'm just, the reason why I bring that up is because she used to have super long hair. After all that happened to her, she basically cut it off because she needed to feel she needed to, I don't know, put a lot of stuff behind her, and I guess changing her hair made her feel a little freer. It's hard to explain. I was a heroin addict for 6 years, and now I've been clean for almost 3 years. Anonymous. Yeah. I shouldn't be humoring the trolls too much. I don't, people who are telling me I look like a man. Why? Why? Because I have a nice, strong jawline? I'm actually kind of proud of that. A lot of very beautiful women in Hollywood have strong jawlines. Thank you very much. So I don't let that stuff get to me. I know who and what I am, and I do not need validation in any way, shape, or form. I'm just here to share my story and to help other people who've had similar stories. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. I don't think Demi Moore is trans. Also, I have absolutely nothing against trans people. I know a lot of trans people who are very, very dear to me. People who are related to me. The only thing I hope is that they're happy. I just want them to be happy. That's all. Yeah, especially because they're so young, I just hope that they're happy. No, I'm not married, but someday I'll meet someone. I know what it feels like to truly be in love, and I'm not going to accept anything less. I'm not going to settle for a life of uncertainty and regret, even if it takes me till I'm 50. I'm in the meantime, I'll work on bettering myself. Weaning off of this Suboxone medication that they have me on is an excellent idea, and it's what I'm doing now. Thank you, Anonymous. My gosh, James. I can only imagine what it's like after 23 years. Yeah, I hear about people who'd been addicts for decades, and they quit. Since they were teenagers, and they quit. Now, you guys are stronger than I am. I don't know if I could deal with that. Like, that's tremendously strong. I mean, I was only addicted for 6 years, and I started when I was 26. Right after, pretty much, I don't know if this science is actually correct. It might be misleading, but it's around the time after the brain is nearly done developing, So, maybe. Actually, I think our brain just keeps developing. That might be wrong. How did I start? I was living in student housing. I invited some friends over. I had tremendous anxiety, everyone could tell. And so someone offered me some black tar. And I took it. And I was so naive that I hardly even knew what it was. I didn't know that chasing the dragon and doing heroin were the same thing. They just told me it'll help with my anxiety. I can't believe I was that naive at 26 years old, but yeah, I mean, I was homeschooled, guys. I was homeschooled. What do you expect? And I did not hang out with drug addicts up until that point. I wasn't even aware that they did drugs until they went plop their ass right down on my toilet and started getting out all their foil and everything. I sure wish that someone was there to stop me, but I have only myself to blame for being so rash and not just taking a step back and maybe even looking into it. You know, I had a phone. Of course I know who Jesus Christ is. I'm Catholic. I'm a born-again Christian Catholic. What up? Well, it's just a fact that Oregon's government sucks. What can I say? I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I just, you know, it's like, if someone asks me where I'm from and, you know, ask me questions about it, I'll mention the pros and cons, and there are a lot of pros. It's hard to find an affordable living situation. It's very expensive here. You might be able to find an apartment that's $1,000 per month, which is not that bad if I can find a job, but that's, yeah, I mean, if I lived somewhere else, and there are places in this country that are much more affordable, gas is better, a lot of things. In a lot of ways, California fucks us over. Yeah, actually, I would love to explore Texas and see how it is there. But, you know, I could be wrong, but someone said that, I mean, I heard that Texas, they're a little bit lacking in when it comes to, like, veterinary benefits. Am I wrong about that? Like, or whoever I heard that from, were they wrong about that? I'll have to look that up a little more in depth. All right. I don't know about that. I really don't know what would happen. That just sounds super controversial. I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if it would improve anything. I would need to look into that because I've never really given it much thought. Making Canada a part of America, you know, that's interesting. That's an interesting thought, but I don't know how that would turn out. I don't know if that would be good. Now, what does kitty mean? No, I'm actually completely sober right now. I haven't done anything today except drink coffee. I'm nervous as all get out, though. Jeez. But yeah, I'm gonna put on my shoes and take my dog to the vet. Actually, I gotta see when they close, because it's like 3:30. I don't... Oh. Might have to ask for a drive, ever so kindly and diplomatically. Now, where on earth did I put my socks? Oh, here they are. My confession. And even my feet are sweaty. I get sweaty feet, sweaty palms, sweaty armpits when I'm nervous. Don't worry, I'll get used to this. I'll get used to this. Really appreciate the likes and all the comments and all the subscriptions, guys. It's I don't know. I guess it's akin to it's a very, 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 very mild form of stage fright is the best thing I can compare it to. Kinda, you know, it's I'm usually introverted. I'm usually very, very, I don't know about very, but just I'm reclusive to a degree. And I need to form more connections. Especially after my job shut down, and now it's like it's almost like I have to start over in that regard. Everyone else has just gone their own separate ways, and I do say hi from time to time to some of my friends who were, you know, back in the day, back there. But not. I have only like 2 friends from that place. It was a small cafe, small local cafe. Used to be the oldest cafe in Portland, up in, you know, oldest standing cafe, up until the point it shut down. They shut down. Now I wonder what the oldest cafe is that's still standing. Wonder how old Coffee Time is. That's a nice place. I haven't been there in a long time. I honestly haven't gotten enough sleep lately. Oh boy, you can tell, huh? You can tell I haven't gotten enough sleep. Jeez. Honestly, I should take a cat nap. It's because I'm trying to quit the weed, and it's been really hard. Really? I would love to go to Japan. I took a few Japanese classes. I opted for Chinese because I thought I'd go there someday. The only really serious relationship I've had with a man, he happened to be Chinese, and I thought that we'd go there someday, and I really, really wanted to learn. And also, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a gorgeous language, Mandarin Chinese. Yeah, smoking causes insomnia, you're right. Somehow, like my brain thinks that I sleep better on it, but actually I don't. I'll be a lot better off when I'm able to dream. Well, I know that people in Japan work hard. I know that a lot of Japanese commercials are kind of weird. They're awesome. I'd prefer that our commercials were like Japanese commercials. Then I wouldn't be like skipping them ever. I mean, I've had a few girl crushes, but I lean more towards being attracted to men. I've always been attracted to men who look a little bit like Adrien Brody. Don't smoke cigarettes. Don't start smoking. Come on. And I know you're trolling. You know, I know when someone just comes right out and says, hey, on my recovery channel, hey, I want to start doing this drug, that drug. What do you recommend, guys? You know, you're full of it, okay? That's what I think. And if you're serious, you know, I'm not going to encourage you to do that because that's not going to help you. Both health-wise and financially. You know, when you take all the cons into consideration, it's a very foolish decision, especially if you have never done it. meaning I was a really big fool for doing it at one point. Anyway, so guys, I'm gonna have to take my dog out now. So I'll come back to this live later, okay? Thank you. Thank you. I wish you guys the best of luck in all of your pursuits, all of your worldly and spiritual pursuits. And yeah, in case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. So, okay, see you guys later. Bye-bye. And thank you. Thank you.